Hey, snare drummers, welcome back. Today, we're doing our lesson 24 from our Alfred method. This is on the 7-stroke roll. And because the 7-stroke roll starts and ends on opposite hands, it's not usually alternated where you see the 5-stroke, the 9-stroke, and the 13-stroke, and the 17-stroke rolls. It often begins with the left hand and ends with the right hand, and it's frequently used as a substitution for the 5-stroke roll. So a lot of information to unpack in that. A 7-stroke roll is a roll that starts and stops on different hands. If you really think about the other rolls that we've been practicing so far, the 5-stroke starts and ends on the same hand. And so does the 9-stroke. Well, and so does the 13-stroke. And so does the 17. If you look back on the previous pages, you'll notice that similarity. This 7-stroke roll doesn't. Whatever hand starts the roll, the other hand finishes it. So that's what today's lesson is all about, the 7-stroke roll. You can see underneath the words on the top of the page, it shows us the primary strokes to this 7-stroke roll. Just like that. And it has a 16th note triplet in there. 1 and is a 2. In the next section, it shows you the double strokes on the bottom part of the clef. So it's going to sound like this. Just like that. Our 7-stroke roll. And then it shows you how it's played, and I've played it. And then finally, in the last measure of that explanation, it shows you how it's written and how you'll see it in your band pieces and your snare drum literature. It's written with the 7 and the slash marks on the 8th note, and oftentimes it will give you the sticking to show you that you're ending on different hands. So our 4 exercises today, 1, 2, 3, and 4, are giving us practice on the 7-stroke roll. We'll play each of these exercises 3 times, the first time counting, and then the second and the third time, we'll use the stickings that are provided. Let's give it a shot. Number 1, ready, set, go. 1 and is a 2 and 1 and is a 2 and 1. 1, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, 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 left. There you go. Let's do number 2. 1 and is a 2 and is a 1 and is a 2 is 1, 2, number 2, right hand. 1 and is a 2 and is a 1 and is a 2 and is a 1. Right. Number 3, 1 and 2 is an and. 1 and 2 is an and. 1, 2, number 3, 3 times. 1 and 2 is an and. 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 Left. And finally, number 4. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 is an and. 2 is an and. 1 is an and. 2 is an and. Left. Switch hands. Now, oftentimes, you'll start this 7-stroke roll with your right hand. And it says that at the top. It most oftenly begins with the left hand and ends with the right. But like I've said in videos past, we want to make sure that we're equally balanced, starting with the right and with the left. And that's why we go through these exercises with both hands. Now for the combination study. Let's try our combination study through. I'll count it the first time, and then I'll play along with you for the second time. 1 and 2 is an and. Ready, and go. 1 and 2 is an and. 1 and is a 2 and is a 1 and 2 is an and. 1 and 2. 1 is an and, 2 is an and. 1 and is a 2 and 1 and 2. And there you have it. Practice it a few times on your own with a metronome. Slow down the metronome if you need to. Speed it up if you've mastered it and you can work at a faster speed. But work on gaining your knowledge and mastery of the 7-stroke roll. So until I see you next time, keep drumming.